know what is what.
Yeah, they're dead. They're all messed up. This is Night of the Living Dead.
All right. Speaking of red, the fucking car in this movie is absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous, amazing, fucking breathtaking car.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Apparently, I didn't know this, but that car is like kind of like super rare. So like when they made the movie, it was like really hard to find those cars.
Damn. Did they get multiple of those cars? Because there's like the stuff they
got
do to it.
I got 24.
What? Hell yeah.
24 Plymouth Furies.
Wow.
If you guys are wondering what car we're talking about the beautiful, the voluptuous, I dare say sexy, the red Plymouth Fury with the white trim, Christine. I want to welcome you guys back to another episode of Cult of the Living Dead. This week, we are covering a horror movie. We asked for it. The Will delivered. This one's a bit of a classic. It's a Stephen King adaptation, the 1983 movie Christine. As always, I am your host, The Dale, followed by my co-host, Mr. Saya.
Yo.
Twan is still out and about on his sabbatical, having established a utopia in Uruguay. He's currently working on the agricultural sector, focusing on the production of passion fruit.
Ooh, hell yeah. Uruguay is coming up.
Uruguay is coming up. So if you see passion fruit at the market, you can thank Twan.
Thank you, Twan.
All right, yeah. So you've read this book, right?
Yeah. I read this book like 5 years ago. So
okay.
Yeah, it's been a minute. But I still remember it.
I didn't realize because I looked it up because Stephen King is kind of known for writing very long books.
Mm-hmm.
This book was 650 something pages. This is a long ass book about a killer car.
526.
526.
Yeah,
that's pretty long.
Yeah.
When you hear the premise, it's like, how could you write so much about a car that kills people?
Mm-hmm.
So I am curious because I am hoping that you remember enough to fill in some of the blanks. Of this movie, because the possession of our main character, I wouldn't say it happens fast, but you only really get to see it through like subtle cues. But like in the book, does like the car talk to him? Like what happens?
It's really the thing I like about this movie is that it like streamlines it.
Yeah,
like it's super fast, super easy, but it does keep the like possession, haunting a little bit more ambiguous. Whereas in the book, it's not as ambiguous, and we know that the OG owner is the one who like slowly possesses him and takes over him, and uses like the car as a conduit for his like evil spirit and shit like that.
So the car's not evil; he's possessed by a ghost.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Oh, nice. Okay, I like the way they took it in this movie. They made the car be possessed, like the car sentient.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay, so they kind of changed it a little bit.
Yeah, I do think towards the end, what's the main character? Arnie. I feel like Arnie does kind of embody like the LeBay kind of like spirit because of what he says. And we can get into a little bit later, but I do think it is kind of hinted at, but you don't really get like a full explanation from the movie. The movie keeps it kind of short. I think still a solid movie though.
I read it was done intentionally. That Carpenter decided to cut the like him being possessed by the spirit to keep the the viewers to kind of be like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
That
makes sense.
Well, the movie was directed by legendary horror director John Carpenter.
Legend.
We've watched a few of his movies on the pod already. The Thing being one of them, Ghost of Mars being another, and I believe what was the one? In the Mouth of Madness?
In the Mouth of Madness.
And then we've
with Sam Neill.
Yeah, with Sam Neill. And then we also covered Halloween 3, Season of the Witch, but that one's not directed by Carpenter, but is in his Halloween universe. Carpenter's a legend. I mean, I dare say he might be the greatest horror director of all time. I mean, the guy he has so many legendary like films.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who could you compare with him? Maybe like Wes Craven. I think he's better. Didn't John Carpenter also do Scream?
I thought that was Wes Craven. Let me see. Hold on.
I know Wes Craven did Freddy Krueger with New Nightmare, but it might be Wes Craven.
Yeah, directed by Wes Craven.
Okay. I think Wes Craven's probably the closest comp.
Yeah.
If we're talking about like body of work, like you got guys like Ari Aster and Osgood Perkins who's coming up, and
but they're newer.
Yeah, well, like I mean, if we're being honest, Ari Aster's only done 2 horror movies. He's done 5 movies total.
Yeah.
Osgood Perkins has done a couple, I think, with mixed results.
I think he's getting up there.
He's getting up there because he did Long Legs and then The Monkey. Yeah. And he just did one with the like that just came out, right?
You know what? I would say that maybe Ari Aster's similar. No, because Ari Aster still has had some crazy bangers. Wes Craven has also had some crazy bangers. Because not all horror movies always hit. You know what I mean?
Oh no, I think if you look at John Carpenter, like he's had like some really good movies, and then he's had some like not really good movies, but he's made so many movies, so it's kind of like after a while they're not all hits, but I think most of the stuff he does is pretty cool.
Yeah, I just think the longevity is the piece between.
Yeah, he's no Martin Scorsese, you know?
No, for sure.
He just doesn't make bangers every single time.
But like between the old school horror filmmakers and the new school horror filmmakers, there's like from the new school ones, there isn't a ton that I can think of like right off the bat that have like such a wide array of work.
Well, there's who's the Asian dude? He did Saw 1.
Oh yeah, that would be another one.
He did Insidious. Then he did The Conjuring. He did
Fast and Furious too, right?
Yeah, I did Fast and Furious 3. Did you Tokyo Drift? Or did you do 2? Too Fast, Too Furious. Or did you do like 5? His last name's Lee, isn't it? I'm thinking Ang Lee, but that's the Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, Brokeback Mountain guy.
Let me see. Hold on.
The Blumhouse guy.
Yeah.
I think it'd be easier if we just looked Insidious up. Insidious, directed James Wan. There you go. Not Lee. James Wan. He's done. Yeah, I feel like he's had the longevity, and then you have Eli Roth. I think is another one.
Ooh, yeah, true.
I think Eli Roth. I feel like reminds me more of a John Carpenter in the sense that like he has some really good movies, and then he has some movies that are like kind of like not that good.
Yeah, and I feel like they're also a little bit more like grindhouse horror, whereas James Wan has made more commercially successful horror.
Oh, maybe James Wan's more like John Carpenter then. Saw, banger.
Saw like super big like franchise.
Never saw Dead Silence. Saw Death Sentence. Insidious was really good.
Insidious and the Conjuring.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think he directed the second one, but he's an EP for all the rest of them.
And then he took a little break from horror after Conjuring 2, and then he did Malignant in 2021. Yeah, he kind of took a step back, and he did Furious 7. He took a step back, and he did a bunch of, I think, producing. About that whole like universe, like The Nun and Annabelle and all that shit.
Yeah.
Well, we digress. But Carpenter, legend. I think if you take pretty much anything that he did in the 80s is probably pretty good.
Yeah.
I never saw Firestarter, which is another Stephen King adaptation that he did. Have you seen that one?
No, with Drew Barrymore?
Yeah.
We should put it on the list.
It's like a young Drew Barrymore, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because when did E.T. come out?
I actually think that came out when we were born. No?
Then was Drew Barrymore like 6 when E.T. came out?
Well, it came out 82.
Okay, so literally like right after.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one, but another Stephen King adaptation he did.
Yeah.
Well, like we said, Christine was written by Stephen King. This is when Stephen King was like at the height of his powers.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy enough, I heard that this movie was put into production before the book even released, which is interesting.
Wild. Damn.
The screenplay was done by Bill Phillips. I didn't recognize anything that he's done, but he did have like a slew of straight to TV movies following a character named Jack Reed. He has like 4 or 5 of them.
Hell yeah. From the 80s?
It goes out the 90s, it looks like.
Nice.
I was
That's
like,
cool.
interesting. It's like a Jack Reacher guy. It looks like an action kind of movie.
Yeah.
The music was done collaboration between Carpenter and Alan Howarth. They've done a lot of stuff together. Howarth did like every Halloween except for the first one. They're like longtime collaborators. I thought the music was good. I think Carpenter's like a really good like music guy with like his synthwave shit. And then like the use of the actual music was really good through the radio too.
It was almost like when Bumblebee talks.
Yes. With the radio, exactly.
I feel like Carpenter's so legendary for his music. Like he's so like when you're watching a Carpenter movie because the sound is always like that dope ass synth that you get in all of his movies. Yeah. I love that.
Carpenter slaps with the music. He does a really good job of like setting a tone.
Yeah, for sure.
The movie started Keith Gordon as Arnie. He was in A Midnight Clear, Waking the Dead, and he got his start in Jaws 2.
Nice.
Have you seen Jaws 2?
No, I just saw the first one.
Jaws 2 is okay. It's not nearly as good as the first one, but it has returning characters from the first one.
Nice.
We have John Stockwell as Dennis. He was in Top Gun, and both him and Keith Gordon actually went on to like be pretty like successful directors.
Oh yeah.
I'm sure. I don't know if you remember these movies from the 2000s, but John Stockwell directed Blue Crush and Into the Blue. Into the Blue is a movie with Paul Walker and Jessica Alba. They're like,
oh, when they do that underwater heist.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I remember that one.
And then Blue Crush is that like surfing movie about the girl surfers.
Nice.
That was like I remember those movies when we were younger.
Yeah.
I was like, Davis who just loves water movies.
He just loves being in the ocean.
It's all about beach culture. We have Alexandra Paul as Lay. She was on Baywatch. Dragnet and Detonator. Robert Prosky as Darnell. He was in Thief, Broadcast News, and Mrs. Doubtfire. Harry Dean Stanton, a returning character on this pod. He's in a bunch of shit.
Let's go.
He's Lucky, Alien, Repo Man, Twan's favorite movie. Green Mile. He was
we just saw him in
just saw him in a Lynch movie, right?
The what's it called? The one where he's a farmer and he goes to see his brother.
Oh, The Straight Story.
The Straight Story.
Yeah, it's in The Straight Story. He was also in was he in Inland Empire?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was in Inland Empire.
Yeah.
He gives that crazy ass story in that movie.
Yeah.
And then Christina Belford as Regina, and she was in Outlaws. Cast was pretty cool. The only 2 people I recognize John Stockwell. I've seen this guy and stuff. Alexandra Paul I recognize because I've seen Baywatch before.
Yeah,
and of course Henry Dean Stanton. But most of the characters in this movie I didn't recognize too much.
Yeah, same. Honestly, for me, it was just Harry Dean Stanton because we've seen him so much in other stuff, and I feel like he just plays such an iconic role in my brain.
And Henry Dean Stanton has like looked the same age for like 40 years.
Yeah, we should try to find an early Henry Dean Stanton movie just to
see if he looks any different.
It's just to see like how he looks when he was like really young.
There's like a handful of actors who I feel like have always looked the same age. I mean, now he looks pretty old, but
yeah, like
him in 83 for this movie, and then was it like 96 for Straight Story? He looks exactly the same.
Yeah, same guy.
He looks exactly like he hasn't aged at all.
Yeah.
It's like him and fucking Anthony Hopkins. Just always looked 60
Yeah,
forever.
I agree. Who also was the other guy that we thought was an old guy, but they actually put him in.
Oh, the dude from he was like the judge that went out into the desert and the like Stallone Judge Dredd, but he was in The Exorcist and they put him like in like an
Oh,
old guy suit.
yeah. That guy, I always thought that guy was just he always
It
looked
looked old
that
forever.
old. Yeah, that's funny.
That's too funny.
I,
They
that,
aged him well because him in that old suit in that movie, he kind of aged to look exactly like that in his later movies. It's kind of
yeah,
insane the job they did.
I know.
All right, let's get through this.
Yep.
All right, let's synopsisize.
Synopsisize me, daddy.
Shy, awkward teenager Arnie Cunningham stumbles across a rusting 1958 Plymouth Fury named Christine, sitting forgotten in a suburban yard. The car is beautiful beneath the rot, and Arnie becomes instantly obsessed with restoring it. His best friend Dennis watches as the project slowly consumes him. Once repaired, Christine transforms Arnie's life. The timid outcast becomes confident, stylish, and strangely aggressive, not to mention she fixes his vision. He begins dating the new girl, Lay, and stands up to the bullies who once tormented him. But Christine isn't just a car. She's alive, possessive, jealous, violent. Anyone who threatens Arnie or competes for his affection becomes a target. When a group of local thugs vandalize Christine, the car repairs itself and begins systematically hunting them down across empty highways and darkened alleys. As Arnie's personality shifts from shy to cruel, it becomes clear that Christine isn't just protecting him, she's reshaping him. His friendships crumble, his humanity erodes, the bond between boy and machine becomes something darker: possession, addiction, and mutual destruction. Dennis and Leigh eventually realize the truth. The only way to save Arnie may be to destroy the car he loves more than anything. And a final confrontation takes place inside a garage turned mechanical battlefield. Christine crushed under industrial machinery, twisted and flattened into scrap. But even in the wreckage, the metal shifts and the nightmare refuses to fully die.
Hell yeah.
I gotta say, the Christine, I was hesitant. Don't get me wrong, I love Stephen King. But the whole premise of a killer car just sounded like silly to me.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I felt like going into this, I was like, this is like one of those movies that like our parents was like, oh, this is a scary movie,
Yeah.
and then you're like, no, this movie was just kind of silly.
Yeah.
But the way that they like
Do it.
played with Christine and how like there are times like you couldn't really tell like is Arnie driving the car? Is Christine driving on her? Because whenever like she would go on her rampages, they just tinted the windows like all black.
Yeah.
I thought that was so cool, dude. They like turned this car into like a legit
monster.
villain.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I think that's what I like about this too. Is that it gives the car way more character. And it also I get why they got rid of like the ghost storyline from the book. Because it keeps it way more ambiguous.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't really know like what's going on. Like towards at the end, the final battle, you kind of see who's driving it. But the other times, like when the car's on fire, that's my favorite scene.
That part was cool. But that part was cool because like Arnie wasn't driving it that time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So like when it rolls up, and I like too, like the guy who runs that like shop, he like gets his gun. He's like, oh, someone stole my homie's car. I'm gonna fucking regulate on this dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then like he opens the car door and he's like, what the fuck? There's like nobody in it.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That death scene was fucking gnarly as fuck too.
For real.
Like when he smashes the bully's car and it flies and hits the other guy and then like crushes him.
Yeah.
And then just blows up the fucking entire gas station.
Yeah. I know.
That part was sick as fuck.
So nuts, dude.
I heard that the beginning was added too. That's not in the book. Like her coming off the lot.
Oh yeah.
Killing like
the
that
workers.
dude with the cigar. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I think it definitely they cut the whole like
So,
possession.
yeah. Then they
Um,
decided to make the Christine, the car, actually be
yeah,
possessed.
just like a stock car, like fully possessed, which I don't think would happen. Like new houses never, they don't have like hauntings because they're new, unless they're built on like an Indian burial ground,
Facts.
like in
Pet Cemetery.
or
Poltergeist.
thank you. For both, I didn't even have to say them, bro. I just fucking welcome to trivia hour with Saya and Dale. Um, yeah, unless you're doing that, but like a brand new car, like there's no way that car would get possessed by something. Someone had to do something at some point in time to get that car possessed. Someone's like spell succeeded.
One thing that's interesting, I guess, that was kind of a struggle with the car too,
Hmm.
is that the Plymouth Fury that year was like pretty rare. They only made like less than 5,000 of them,
Yeah.
and they didn't come in that red and white trim. Like that's not a stock color. It came in like beige and silver and like brown and something. So
Yeah.
that's like a custom paint job.
Damn.
I was like,
Nice.
oh, maybe because it's like custom, it was customized with the wants of its owner, of its
Ooh.
creator. It's red like the devil.
Yo, maybe.
Because it's
Hell yeah.
cool when you look it on the lot, it just pops because it's the only one with color.
Yeah. Yeah, for real.
Apparently, those cars are like crazy collector editions now
I
because they're
bet,
like so
dude.
rare.
Yeah. And then in addition to that, there's like a whole like book, movie, like lore built up around it, you know?
Yeah, one of the cars sold, I think in like they said like 2004 for like 150,000 or something.
Oh fuck. Hell yeah. Love it.
And Arnie got it for $250.
$250, dude. I bet he probably if he would have worked him down, he probably would have got it for cheaper.
Well, the dude tried to hustle him because Arnie tried to hustle himself. He's like, you said 300. He's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that's right. And his buddy was like, nah, you said 250. And he's like, yeah, 250 will get her done.
Yeah.
So apparently 250 in 1978, that's when the movie takes place. And today's money is about $1,200.
Okay. 1,200 for that trash? Probably
Yeah.
not.
Nah, dude.
Yeah. Literally. Like it was when you see the movie, the car is broken
It's
down.
all fucked up.
Yeah,
I mean, it starts like it runs, but it
Yeah.
is all like it is like the passion project that a man who lives in the suburbs going through a midlife crisis buys, puts in his garage, and he's like, I'm gonna restore this bad boy.
Mm-hmm.
And like never does.
Mm-hmm.
But Arnie does.
He does it. But he does it with the help of the car.
Yeah.
Yeah. We see it later on.
Well,
I think the first time.
The first time he does it himself because he he tells the shop guy because he's like I said you could put your car here. I didn't say you could take all my junk, and then
Yeah.
like he hires him on to like work for him.
Mm-hmm. Which is also pretty cool. Back in the day, you just used to be able to show up places and they'd be like, okay, here's a job.
Here's a job. Just go drop off and pick up car parts when I need you to.
Yeah.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
That garage is crazy too. I mean, I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know there's a place you could like store your car and work on your car.
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Like that. I'm like, that's cool.
That must have been like a 70s, 80s thing.
That's from a bygone era. I don't think you can find shops like that. I mean, maybe if you know the shop owner.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, I leave my car in your lot and I'm going to come work on it every once in a while. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Just pay me like a storing fee or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm curious as to how Christine corrected Arnie's
vision.
Eyesight.
I thought the same thing, dude. That's so funny. Like, how is Arnie now able to see even though he doesn't? Because there's a scene in the beginning when Arnie's getting beat up by the bullies. And
that one bully too looks like he's like 35.
Yeah, for real. He gets thrown on the floor and his glasses come off and he's Velmaing the floor around to find his glasses and then his glasses get stepped on. And then like 20 minutes later in the movie, which I think equates to like a day and a half, maybe like two, he doesn't need glasses anymore. And he just all bomb.
Doesn't need glasses. He like dresses kind of like a greaser now.
Yeah, he becomes a greaser. He's
got game. He like chats up the new like hot chick
that
everyone's obsessed with.
Yep. Easily. We don't even see it happen.
Oh, he just rolls up to his homie's football game and his homie is in so much shock that he gets concussed and like his leg broken from getting tackled because he just couldn't believe that his nerdy friend pulled this baddie.
He did get trucked though.
He got cracked.
Like, that was old school football, like
he got fucking
fucking
obliterated.
tackle. I don't watch a lot of sports, but I know it because of you guys. Like, I know that now there's so many more regulations on how you should tackle someone. There was no laws back in the day.
Yeah, in the 80s, you could just crush a guy. They fucking crushed him.
Yeah, dude. Dennis gets fucking popped.
He literally breaks his leg, has like a neck brace.
Like a neck brace, yeah. And he's in the hospital for like some time. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, I think I guess it's a good time frame because from then to the final confrontation, he's like healed, right?
Yeah. No, he still has a knee.
He has a knee brace. He's not in the cast anymore.
Not in the cast, not in the neck brace. Yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Still took some time. That's still a few months.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What did you? That's one thing I wasn't anticipating about this movie, though. I didn't expect it to be like a Revenge of the Nerds kind of plot.
Yeah, I didn't think it was going to be like that either. I mean, even reading the book, the first time I had heard of this movie was I don't even remember how it was, but I never had assumed it was about like a nerdy guy, gaining all this power and like taking over.
Well, didn't our Kentucky listener put this on the list?
Is that who it was?
Yeah.
And I think actually, yeah, I think he told me about this movie and book for the first time. And so when I read it, I didn't think that it was it, because when you think of a killer car, you think that the car is more of the focus.
Mm-hmm.
But I like that it's a little bit deeper than that. And it's like more about like power, coming of age, the struggle of that all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. That was one thing I kind of liked about it. I was like, when it started and it was kind of working its way through, I was like, oh, this was like an 80s teenage movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's so funny too, because I was watching it with, and my wife would pop in and she's like, is that jock guy like best friends with some nerdy ass dude? I'm like, yeah, it's kind of different. You never see that in like movies, but yeah, they're like best buds. And she's like, that's unbelievable. I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Does it explain how they're homies?
No, I think they're just
like
homies.
In the book, do they explain how they're buddies? Like, are they from like childhood friends or something?
I don't remember. I wonder if I can look it up.
Because that was pretty hilarious. I was like, what a visionary John Carpenter is, making just this nerd and this jock just be besties.
In the book, this is saying that in the book it explained that they become friends when they were kids, and that's why it's so. And thinking back now, that's why it makes sense. Like, their friendship is so deep and like so caring for each other that when Arnie becomes to change. The whole book takes place from Dennis's point of view. Like, Dennis is our narrator, and so he's able to see that shift in Arnie, along with his girlfriend too, Lay. Like, just like in the movie, they're the ones who are calling out Arnie for like how he's like changing, because they can see that he's definitely changing. She's more of like a third person, like she's just coming in, she's new. You know what I mean? She's like, this isn't the guy that like I met. And then for Dennis, it's like this guy, I know this guy, like he's like a nerd, like he's quiet. I protect him from like bullies, but now he's this like greaser guy from a whole generation before. So it's, this is like really different.
That is kind of crazy. You're right. Yeah. Cause he is very 1950s.
Yeah. Yeah. He's from like a completely different gen for some reason, even though he's from I think in the book they're in like the late 70s, right? So it's
78, and I don't know. I'm guessing it's a Stephen King book, so probably in Maine, but in the movie they're in California.
Yeah, yeah. So that makes sense.
I like that. I like that. Cool. I like their relationship. I believe that they were homies.
Mm-hmm.
His relationship with Lay, I thought could have used a little bit more like development, but
yeah,
he flips on her hard in this movie.
Super fast. As soon as Christine is like called into question, like he defends Christine immediately. And we don't see like a lot of his interactions, or we don't see a lot of like, because a lot of his interactions in the book are more like ghostly. Like, I remember there's a part where Arnie's talking about La LaVey. No, what's the guy's name?
Who, the ghost guy?
Yeah, the original owner, LaBay.
The Bay, yeah.
Arnie talks about LaBay like he like knows him personally, or like he basically towards the end you get that he's basically been possessed by LaBay, but we don't really get like any of the interaction. The only interaction we see with him with the car is when he goes to fix up the car after it gets all demolished by the bullies, and he's like, okay, let me see, and then his car does that repair, which is an amazing practical effect.
Effect is so cool.
That was so fucking dope. But beyond that, we don't see like any of that interaction. So you don't see like how he changes as like a person beyond when he's just interacting with these other people, you know?
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting. Like we get it through like kind of background. Like we know from other characters, like when Dennis, like, because he's like boys, like he'll go to like talk to like he'll go to Arnie's and the mom will be like, "Where's Arnie at?" He's like, "I don't know. I haven't seen him lately." Like we know he's always at the garage. Like he's always working on Christine.
Yeah.
I mean, she comes out looking cherry. Like it's a beautiful looking car.
Yeah.
So we know they spend time together, and then our other cue is that we see him like change in his like mannerisms and the way he dresses. But that's kind of all the cues we get. We don't know exactly like if it talks to him, like how it like got a hold of him or what.
Yeah.
We just know that he's obsessed with it.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I do like the book, because the book's also slow burn. Like it like he slowly gets possessed over time. But this movie is so well done that it kind of rushes through it all. And I feel like there are a few movies when I think that the movie explains the story a little bit better. I think in this case, personally, this is a personal opinion. Don't get mad at me for this, listeners. I think the movie is a little bit better than the book, because the book kind of, to me, drags a little bit, and it's just because it's a little slow. Like again, it's just slow burn books. You know what I mean? This one is kind of more straight to the point, but it does cut that like the
like whole section of the book.
The whole section. Like you are cutting like really good material, but I can see how it worked, and it still worked. Like I still think this movie is good. It's a good like rendition.
I agree. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. Can we go back to the practical effect of the car?
I was gonna bring that up. That practical effect, when you guys watch it, there's a point where the bullies like they break into the garage and they demolish Christine. One dude takes a shit on the dash, like they fucked that car up. And then there's a scene where Arnie sees it and like he's like, "Show me," and it puts itself back together. And when I saw it, I remember I was talking to my wife because she saw it too. She actually walked in for that moment. She's like, "Oh, that's cool." She's like, "Did they like film it in reverse?" Because that's what I thought they did. I'm like, "Oh, did they beat it up and they cut everybody out and they like filmed it in reverse?" No, they made like a plastic version of it.
Yeah.
And then use like hydraulics and like pulleys in order to like pull it in. It was so cool.
So fucking dope. I also like that even though it's plastic or rubber, you couldn't tell because the paint that they put on it was so nice that it looked like sparkling. Like it looked like how it's supposed to look, and you couldn't tell really that what we were watching was a rubber car. But that scene was so fucking dope.
Amazing.
I had to I rewatched it. I saw that scene and then I had to rewind so I could watch it again, because I was like, what am I like looking at? How did they do this, dude? Like it looks so dope. That was so cool.
I like verbally was like, that was sick as fuck. That was one of the coolest practical effects I think I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Because like I've seen stuff like that and they just shoot it in reverse, or like they'll like rewind it so you're watching it in reverse. But the way they pulled it off, I was like, again, another example of like the ingenuity.
Yeah, ingenuity. Yeah,
ingenuity of like pre CGI special effects artists.
Yeah,
like
bring
that
back more practical effects.
Looks so cool.
Yeah,
like obviously today you could pull that off with like CGI pretty easily, but it looks so realistic, and the fact that they did it all real time.
Yeah,
chef's kiss, dude. It was so sick.
Yeah. Wait, well,
I think that's my favorite scene of the movie for sure.
They did play it back in reverse because it was pulled inwards, but when we see it, it's bouncing back outwards.
That's right.
Yeah, but I mean, it's still solid. You know what I mean? The way it was done was fucking great. I want more practical effects and things. Please bring back more practical effects. Like in Alien, what was the most recent one?
Romulus,
practical effect Alien. Amazing.
Great.
Yeah.
Great.
I want more of it, please.
What was your favorite kill?
When Christine's on fire. Well, when she takes out the bully, the shop owner, she catches on fire, and then she runs over the final bully. That was peak. To see that like actually filmed out was really cool. It plays a little bit different in the book, but like still same beats. You know what I mean? And that was really dope.
That's what I loved about the deaths in this movie, because Christine has that regenerative ability.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's a couple times where, especially with the Mooch, the fat one,
the first one,
yeah, when he gets to like where semi trucks back into those like little squares, and Christine's too wide to get in, so he thinks he's safe, and then she's just like fuck it, and just like rams into it and like crushing her sides, and just slowly crushes him. And it does the same thing. Like it just puts its body on the line. It just smashes into shit just to get what it wants. And the destruction is so cool. Like when they destroyed the guy's, I think it's a Camaro.
Oh yeah, at the gas station.
Yeah, they just fuck it up.
Yeah,
like it doesn't even care.
Yeah,
and it's just something so terrifying about like a 2,000-pound car just flying at you at like high speed. Just
old
smashing,
school 2,000-pound car too, like full metal 2,000 pounds,
solid steel, and a fucking, I think it's all steel, right? It's like steel sheets, fucking insane, but very cool.
Yeah,
the destruction in this movie is great. The practical effects like all around. The stuntman, kudos to them, because I guess the guy actually was like on fire in like a fire retardant suit.
Oh shit!
Like when they did that whole scene.
That was crazy.
It's insane, dude.
Yeah. I also like that even though there's a good handful of deaths, we don't really see a lot of like gore. A lot of it is more assumed gore, and you kind of know, just it gives you enough. It touches you in just the right amount to make you be like, oh fuck, this is fucking nuts. Like the scene that you were talking about when the first bully dies. It gives you just the right amount to understand what's about to happen to this kid, and then it's talked about later. I like that. That's like a good, respectable amount that I like, which is funny because I mean, we come from like the gore porn era. Like that was huge when we were like kids. You know what I mean? I don't know. I enjoy like a good, like enough to make your imagination work.
Yeah, I think like as it says, right, that like that Mooch kid was split right in half. It's like, damn, that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's cool too because it's reserved then. And then when he takes out the main bully, like you see it all.
Yeah. Like, he doesn't get it. He fucking gets ran over and he's like run over and set on fire on the same time.
The other bully gets like hit and smashed with that car.
Yeah.
And explodes.
Yep.
Are those the only 3 deaths? Yeah, right?
Well, you also have to account for the shopkeeper, the body shopkeeper. He gets crushed. Right. Arnie, of course, at the end. And then the workers in the beginning, the guys.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
The black dude with the cigar.
And then the other guy, the first one who had his hand on the.
Well, he doesn't die. He just gets his hand smashed.
Yeah.
Christine just fucks him up.
No more working for that guy. Basically killed him. Yeah,
basically. He's out of a job for sure.
Yeah.
What do you think of how they managed to like make the expressiveness of the car? How they try to like put life into like an inanimate object?
I thought it was cool. I like that it I could see inspiration in when I think of like Transformers and Bumblebee, like in the later iterations, I feel like they took what happened with Christine. I don't know if I really haven't seen any other movies with like cars that come to life. I guess the only one that I can think of is that Herbie with the
Oh yeah, Herbie.
with the Volkswagen Beetle. But I don't
Yeah,
remember. Does that car talk also like through the radio? I don't
that's a
really
good
remember.
question. I don't remember.
I feel like that's the only way that you can really get emotion like that. But in this movie, something else that it does, which is cool, is that it in the scene where Lay is eating the burger and then she starts choking for like no reason.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Christine like lights up like on the bottom, like she becomes like visibly like elated and happy that like Lay's about to die. You know, I thought that was like a really cool, interesting like visual piece that they added in as well.
That was cool. I like
Yeah,
how like Christine like locks all her doors and like doesn't let Arnie back in.
yeah, yeah. Like watch what I'm about to do to this chick. You know.
That part was crazy. I forgot about that part.
Yeah. That's what makes Lay like so fearful later on. She also says it too, like verbally. She says like you've changed, like you're becoming different. All you care about is that car, but we don't see that in her interaction. Like there's no preface to it. It's literally just Lay like saying it. Whereas in the book, there's more like definition of it. Like you can see it a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But I think it's the movie still does a really good job of like showing that
Yeah,
or detailing it.
because he'll be like, nah, I didn't change. Like, I love you, blah, blah, blah. He's like, just come hang out. And then she'll be like, no, I'm scared. He's like, fuck you then, bitch.
Mm-hmm.
My car's the best. Never do anything. He's like, oh shit, dude. That dude fucking flipped on a dime.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He has a lot of like, as the movie progressive, he like has way more like outbursts.
Yeah. So much more rageful and just like, yeah.
So do you think he was always like that and Christine just took advantage of him, or he was completely changed by the car? Like, do you think the car brought his rage out, or it actually just like possessed him?
I think keeping with the story, I think he got possessed by the car. Well, yeah, the car, but technically the ghost of LeBay.
LeBay?
Because that's kind of that's how it flows out in the book. And maybe I don't know. I guess you could infer though in this one because there's no like ghost spirit. Then yeah, maybe he was always going to be like this. He just needed to like develop a little bit more. I could see this movie being more of like a coming of age tale, right? Like
Mm-hmm.
when like a boy becomes a man, they get like a car, or yeah, like a boy becomes a man when he gets a car, and so he's like developing this like whole new persona, and like he changes his style, he changes the way he talks, he changes his hairstyle, like everything about him becomes completely different, and so like maybe in just based off of if I had only seen the movie, I could say that like yeah, this was always in him. He was always going to become that kind of person. Um, yeah, yeah, but that's just going based off of the movie.
Yeah, I think Carpenter does a good job of showing like him being picked on, obviously, and then like his insecurities about like being a virgin and how like girls don't really like him,
Yeah,
and then like always doing the right thing and his parents like putting these expectations on him. Like when he gets the car and he's all excited and his parents like don't support it,
yeah,
he fucking snaps on his parents.
yeah. He does immediately.
He's like, no, like this is something I did for myself. I spent my whole life doing everything you wanted me to do, and I've done it and I've been good at it. Like I
Yeah,
get to have this one thing, and they're like, don't you fucking talk to me like that.
yeah. And then he instantly like snaps back. Like the shift from his character is a little quick to follow if you don't already understand like who he is as a character. But yeah, he like as soon as he gets back, he's like, "Fuck you guys," Like we don't
Yeah.
even get any preface. Like we don't see a lot of his interaction with his parents prior to that. I think the only
No.
we get like one scene with his mom in the beginning when she's giving him lunch,
Hmm.
and he runs back and he gets it. Does he give her a kiss?
I don't remember.
I don't remember what he does, but he gets his lunch for sure. Like he's nice to his mom in the beginning, and then as soon as he gets the car, it's like boom, different dude.
Yeah, he flips.
Yeah.
So what do you think of? So do you think the ending was more of a tragedy or kind of well deserved? Because he does die, I don't know if Lay stabbed him, right?
Does they stab him? I thought he.
Because he lunges at her and then he's like, oh, and then like he turns over and he has like a big ass piece of glass in him.
Oh yeah, I thought that happened from
Crashed the
when he
car through the
crashed
like
and he gets
office.
thrown out. Yeah, he gets thrown out of the windshield and then he lunges at
Oh,
her.
that's
And then he's
right.
like, "Oh wait, I got this in me from from not wearing a seatbelt like an idiot," you know?
I mean,
Um,
in his defense, he did a lot of like crazy shit in that car without a seatbelt.
yeah, I mean, he did for sure prior to that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, maybe I didn't think about it. I don't think she had. Maybe I do. I feel like he had that in him because of the crash, and then he doesn't
Mm.
feel it until he lunges at her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So do you think it was more of a tragedy or a well-deserved death? Like, do you think he could have been saved? Like, if they would have destroyed the car and like subdued him, do you think it would have broke the spell?
yeah, yeah. I think so. I think the car was the problem.
Definitely.
Yeah, in both book and movie, the car is like the main like conduit creature beast kind of thing. And I think if they would have destroyed it before he got there, I think that maybe he would have been okay. That's just this is just my head canon.
No, but
I'm
I think
staying
it's an
positive.
interesting question.
Yeah, I'm staying positive from a boy.
I think they could have too, for sure. I think it would have like flipped the switch in him if they would have like truly destroyed it.
Hmm.
I think they needed to melt it down on top of like
Crushing it.
crushing it in like a crusher, but
Yeah. Yeah, they needed a
um
T to it. They're
yeah, they needed to T2 that
magma.
shit.
Yeah.
Because at the very end we do see that like a little bit of the fender like moves.
Yeah.
So we know it's not dead for good.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think he could have been redeemed, but I don't know. I do like though, underrated scary scene since we're talking about this part of the movie is when they're like making their plan and they're like, all right, cool, he'll be here any minute.
Yeah.
And they look out the window, they're like, oh, there's a car coming. Like, damn, it's not here. Him.
Yeah.
And then like in the corner where it's all dark, the car just like turns on. You're like, oh shit, he was in there the entire time.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
just watching them plan to destroy his car.
Waiting for him. That was really cool.
That was cool.
Yeah.
He was like 2 steps ahead of him. He's like, I know they're coming for me.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Mhm.
And then fucking Dennis being all bomber driving the bulldozer.
For no reason too. He has no we don't there's no previous explanation of Dennis being able to drive a bulldozer, so we don't even know how he learned how to do it because that shit is not easy to drive. But
Nope.
he's just all bomber doing it.
His Caucasian genes just activated.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
It's interesting. But that was cool. I like the final battle. I thought the final battle was cool. Like the conclusion. I thought it had a nice end to it.
Yeah, it was really neatly put together. I feel this is just like a personal thing. I feel like Stephen King sometimes struggles to write an ending, and endings can get a little bit convoluted and just extended for no reason. The movie does a good job of like, okay, this is it.
How does it end in the book?
Leaves a little bit of room for interpretation. It kind of it's the same. Like it leaves a little room for interpretation. Like you think like because Dennis and Leigh end up getting together, years pass, and then I think they're like they're either watching the news or they're reading the news, and like in LA there's like some mysterious things that are happening, and so they're like, oh fuck, like it's starting again, but it's in LA this time. And then it ends like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Arnie dies then?
Yeah,
Both?
same thing. Kind of same like piece. It's the same like framework. There's only really the only real big difference is like the ghost part that's missing.
So do they know that he's possessed by a ghost? Like
They can kind of they put it together like by the end of it, and it's because he keeps on talking about
the guy.
Like LeBay, yeah. Arnie keeps talking about LeBay, and he picks up his like mannerisms, and he's just like a completely different dude, like from a completely different era. You know what I mean? Like he's a greaser by the end of it, whereas in the beginning he was just this like nerdy guy from the late 70s. So
okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
Yeah, the book is cool, man. I'm not taking away from the book. Like I like Stephen King. Stephen King writes really great horror. He's known for that. He's a master of horror.
He's a great author.
in
I'm currently working my way through the Dark Tower series. I was listening to one of his books earlier in the day.
hell yeah, great storyteller. Just this one pulls from it. It pulls like a main plot point. Not horrible though. But yeah, the ending is just a little bit different. It does leave it more open.
I think
more.
Personally, I mean, I haven't read the book. I'll probably put it on my list. I think it'd be cool to get that context of books to read. But I think weirdly doing it this way with it being like an evil car kind of grounds it a little bit more than like I think if he would have had like a full on possession, it would have been a little more on the corny side. And the movie's like an hour 50, so it's like kind of longer for a horror movie.
Yeah, it doesn't. It didn't feel
that long. No.
Yeah.
But then, it's a 500 and some page book, you can't really, if you want to do a proper adaptation, it needs to be longer than an hour and a half.
Yeah, for sure.
But I thought the story was solid. Is there anything else from the movie that stuck out to you?
No, I think that's it.
Well, this movie was a pretty solid success at a budget of 10 million and it made 21 million. Solid for a horror movie. Not great, but not bad. Apparently Carpenter he didn't like really enjoy he didn't have a passion for this movie. It's more like did it for a job. And it's one of the two movies that Stephen King of his adaptations he thought was boring. The other one being The Shining.
Damn.
It's interesting because I feel like both movies deal with a character being possessed by a ghost. And both directors are like, that's dumb. I'm going to cut that out. Do something else.
Yeah.
And Stephen King's like, didn't like him.
Yeah.
Not enough ghosts.
I wonder why. Because when did The Shining also get released?
Was that in the 70s?
Late 80s? Oh.
Or was it 81? Let's see.
1980.
1980.
Yeah.
Yeah, 70s. So King wasn't even like a prolific.
When did The Exorcist come out? 73. Exorcist came out a whole 10 years or a whole 7 years prior to The Shining and Christine. I guess I'm trying to figure out why they didn't want to keep like possession in the movie. You know what I mean? From it. And I feel like the only thing I can think of is that they wanted to keep it something different than like The Exorcist, because I think like that's the most like prolific like possession story. But I don't know. It's like a whole 7 years before. You think you get burned out from possession in like 7 years after The Exorcist? I feel like
maybe they thought it would have been
too hard to like show.
Well, then it kind of streamlined the movie, like you said.
Yeah.
Because you cut like a big chunk out of it. And just was like, nope, the car's been evil from the beginning. So it makes like a lot less like explanation. It's just like you just establish it kills people like right from the jump. It's like, okay.
That's true.
Like the only way I could see it like I don't know, kind of working is if the opening scene did show LeBou like blowing his brains out in the car.
Mm-hmm.
And then it being like, oh, okay.
This is gonna be next like a possession ghost story.
He'll be like, I figured it out, Christine. I know the way we could be together forever.
Yeah.
And he's like, and he just shoots himself, or like he gasses himself or something with its exhaust.
Yeah. I think he died by carbon monoxide.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I feel like that could have made it work, but
yeah.
Apparently 15% of the budget for this movie was spent just on the cars.
I believe it, dude. I mean, it was a sick ass car. So, and you said they got 20 something?
24?
24 models of a fucking rare car.
Of a rare car, yeah. This was kind of a pain in the ass to find. That they had to, that the like garage portion, I forget what it was originally, but they turned it into garage for the movie, and half of it was used to like film and the other half was used to keep the cars running. So they actually set up a garage in there, which is funny.
Yeah, that's wild.
Roger Ebert, my boy, reviewed it. What do you think he gave it? What do you think?
Like a 1 or a 2?
He gave it a 3 out of 4 stars.
Oh shit.
You
Okay.
like this movie?
Hell yeah, your boy.
He said by the end of the movie, Christine has developed such a formidable personality that we are actually taking sides during its duel with the bulldozer. This kind of movie where you walk out with a silly grin, get in your car, and lay rubber halfway down the Eisenhower. I didn't know what the Eisenhower was.
Yeah.
It's the I-290.
Okay.
So I guess its nickname was the Eisenhower.
Where is that? Where's the 290?
It's Interstate Highway runs westward between Jane Bryan interchange near the Chicago Loop. So a portion of the I-90 from the I-94, its east end is officially called Dwight D. Eisenhower Expressway.
Yeah.
So in short, they call it the Ike or the Eisenhower.
Was he from that area?
I don't know,
Huh.
but that's the East Coast thing.
Yeah, for real. Interesting.
And then apparently they have a Sony's as of 2021 was planning a remake with Blumhouse. And it's being developed by Brian Fuller. So he worked on the Cannibal series, American Gods, Pushing Daisies.
Nice.
But as of 2023, the project hasn't moved. I'm pretty sure if they remade the movie, though, I wonder if they would stick closer to the original idea, or they'll just like gore it up. Like you'll see the guy get cut in half by the car.
I hope it's both.
That'd be cool.
I feel like I hope it's both. I feel like lately people have been giving more respect to like the origin stories. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or they're like creating like really dope addendums to the stories.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
So if we get like a remake, I think it'd be really cool to see like the more ghostly aspect of it.
Yeah, even just to separate itself from the Carpenter version.
Right.
Kind of like how Rob Zombie kind of doubled down on like Michael being evil in his version.
Mm-hmm.
All right, then should we get into our reviews?
Let's get it.
So Rotten Tomato gave this film a 72% with the popcorn meter of 65%, with IMDb having it at a 6.8.
Hell yeah.
It was your movie this week, Saya, so you go first.
I give this movie a solid B. When I think of B horror movies, this is in my B horror class. I think it does a really good job of immersing you in its world. Like John Carpenter is a master at what he does, not just with like his character development, but I also think like the whole like mood of it is really well put together. He doesn't do, and it may be because I haven't seen like all of his movies, but I feel like he doesn't do really like cheesy horror movies. This one didn't feel like cheesy to me in any way. It felt a little bit more like you mentioned earlier, like more grounded. And I think that this one really felt that. I felt it was more grounded. I think it could have taken like a really like easy, like cheesy, goofy turn by making like the car like this like menace monster kind of thing, you know? But it doesn't really do that. The dialogue between I think the characters are really good. There's a couple of lines in it that are kind of like, that was a little goofy. But I also remember that this was filmed in like the early 80s. So just, you know, different era of people. So people spoke, you know, drastically different than what we do now. That was just more of like a personal thing. But the music was on point. Christine herself was a beautiful car that just turned into a fucking menace towards the end of the movie. And I loved it. The practical effects, oh my God. The scene that we talked about earlier in the podcast, that's such a great scene. Like I would highly recommend this movie. If you like horror movies, if you like Stephen King, check this one out. I also think if you appreciate like really good practical effects, also check this out, because what they do in this is really cool. It's not like through the whole thing. There are like specific times when you see the car. I think the car self repairs like 3 times. I think it repairs after the bullies destroy it, and then it repairs, I think, twice, or no, it repairs right after the fire, and then it self repairs during the final confrontation. So like 3 times that it happens, and each time it's really really dope. It's not like super gory too, which I think makes it a little bit more like accessible if you're not like, if gore is too much for you. Really dope concept. The book is also really cool too. It does cut like the ghost aspect from the book, but honestly, I think it makes it worth it. For it being like almost 2 hours, it doesn't really feel like that. I feel like the beats are like pretty consistent, and even though it is a little bit more of like the story, the OG story itself is like a slow burn. This one doesn't have that slow burn aspect. It constantly keeps coming in like a good amount of waves, like all the way through to the very end. So it was really cool. Harry Dean Stanton, we get another like scene from, we get another like Harry Dean Stanton in it, which has been great. I want more Harry Dean Stanton in my movies. We got to see him when he's younger. I think that we should try to put a movie on the list of when he was younger, because I like seeing him in movies. He plays a really cool like detective in this one. Yeah, man, I'm gonna recommend this movie to a lot of people from here on out, because it was a solid ride. B.
I agree with all your points. I also give it a B. It's a solid ass movie. It's a perfect horror movie for like people who don't like scary horror movies.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's enough in it for it to be creepy, but I wouldn't say it's like super scary. Like you said, the gore is like really turned down. There's no like jump scares or anything like that. But you do feel like the menacing presence of Christine, and that part's cool. I think John Carpenter did it again. He managed to turn a car into a bad guy. The way that it was filmed, like we said in the beginning, the way he sets the tone with the music, not just like his normal synth music, but the radio music, and how he communicates with the car was awesome. Practical effects were great. I mean, that car coming together, reforming itself after being destroyed scene was awesome. One of the coolest scenes I've seen practical effects wise, like ever. I really enjoyed this movie. The acting was like okay. It's definitely reminds me of like 80s romantic coming of age, like teenage story acting, but it's good enough. And the movie just is just a solid story. It's a cool, based on a book, streamlined version, and it does a good job of keeping you engaged. Like it's an hour 50, but it doesn't feel like it. Like it goes by pretty quickly, and like there's enough like action between the story beats that it's cool, because you really get to see like this character of Arnie, who starts off as this nerd, and then by the end of it he's like a homicidal maniac.
Yeah,
great movie, highly recommend it. The perfect horror movie for non-horror fans, and a great movie for horror fans. If you like Stephen King, if you like 80s horror, if you're a fan of John Carpenter, or you just want something that's a horror movie, but like not as intense, this is a definite recommend. This is a movie you got to put on your list. Great audience suggestion. Awesome movie. Check it out, guys. All right, guys. So we are going to have a guest joining us for the pod. It's one of our buddies who's also a huge movie buff. We got a few of them. He'll be our first guest, so you'll get a little Three's Company action next week. And we told him pick any movie from the list as long as it's not Ed Wood or a Lynch movie. And he picked Freaky Tales. It's a newer movie. I believe it stars everybody's favorite Mexican, Pedro Pascal, is in it, along with Tom Hanks, I believe.
Tom Hanks, crazy.
He's in it, right? Am I tripping?
Yeah. Also, Pedro Pascal isn't Mexican. He's from Chile.
Oh, he is Chilean.
Yeah.
Honorary Mexican.
Honorary. He's invited to the carne asadas.
Oh, fucking Too Short's the narrator?
Of Freaky Tales?
Yeah.
What the fuck? What movie are we walking into?
I heard it's like, I haven't seen it, but I've heard it's like a anthology type movie.
Oh, okay.
I'm excited. This movie seems cool.
Yeah.
I like Pedro Pascal.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no wonder it takes place in Oakland, and Too Short's from Oakland.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, 4 interconnector stories set in 1987 Oakland, California.
Nice.
It should be cool.
Yeah.
It has an interesting cast. I'm excited to check it out. So Freaky Tales, join me, Saya, and our guest, Aristotle. I hope you guys have enjoyed this episode as we cover 1983's Christine. It got a highly recommend from the 3 of us. Me and Saya, well, the 2 of us. I'm pretty sure Twan would have recommended this movie too, though. Me and Saya gave it a B. It's just good for all ages kind of horror movie. I don't think it was rated R, maybe because of the cursing. He says they say fuck a lot in this movie.
Yeah, they do.
But it's pretty good. I think it's a good PG-13 and up type of movie. Check it out, guys. It's a cool movie. If you guys haven't done so already, give us a follow on our social medias. We're on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Facebook, Threads, X/Twitter. And as always, I have been your host, The Dale, followed by my co-host, Mr. Saya.
Adios.
Catch you guys next week. Bye.
Bye.